Abusive father.
Abusive father.
Yeah, and then absent. Yeah, like really abusive, like probably sexually inappropriate. Maybe not overt, intercourse.
How can you be abusive and absent? Just come into town, beat the crap out of her daughter, and leave?
And then gone when she's like 4 or 5.
Okay, so that is her past. Mark, you want to venture a guess?
Doesn't know her dad. Mom's my best friend.
Mom's her best friend. All right. Well, that's absent dad, but we'll see about mom being best friend. Rodney?
Perhaps latchkey kid, neglected by mom, and no father.
Rodney's seen a lot of after-school specials.
Yeah. Easy, Donahue.
All right. Craig?
I had an abusive boyfriend.
Ooh, early.
And, early on, and chose to go that way.
Okay.
Tell me
Who's got the dice?
I'm just going to go with excelled at softball at a real early age. No.
Bobby Sox.
I will go with abuse. Yeah, dad absent, sexual abuse by someone other than dad, like a neighbor, something, maybe a cousin, something like that.
Santa.
Right. Teresa?
Uh-huh.
All right, what is the story on your past?
Actually, Mark, Rodney, and Drew are almost correct. I think Mark was the closest. My dad's not around.
What's that?
My dad's not around. Mark was the closest.
And your mom's your best friend, right?
Yeah.
Oh, give me all the cash. Anyway, I don't mean to celebrate, but Teresa, if you give me your number, we can go out together.
Any sexual abuse?
Not that I can remember. I do remember being with my dad like once. I only remember one time.
Physical.
And he got really mad at me because I put my elbows on the table. But
I know that technique.
Any other thing than that, I haven't the slightest idea.
You mean you were physical with your dad once?
No.
No, you just saw your dad once.
He was like, "Don't put your elbows on the table," and I was like, "Okay," and I was really scared ever since then. But nothing
struck you?
No. He means like she was eating and she put her elbows on the table. He went, "Don't do that."
That's
uncool.
That's our only
sort of protocol.
Only memory of dad is.
Can I take this by the way?
Yeah, I think you can.
I have a picture of him, but
all right. So dad's out of the picture.
How old were you when he left?
Oh wow, I think I was about 2.
And how old were you when you lost your virginity?
I was 15. I had just turned 15.
Oh, okay. So you'd had your lesbian girlfriend for a year, and then you lost your virginity?
Yeah, we were friends. We had been friends, and she came out, and I came out, and we came out together.
Like Valentine's, or were you guys together? I mean, that's kind of weird.
Say again?
Yeah.
All right. So, but never any sexual abuse.
No, not that I've ever been told, not that I can ever recall.
Okay, and your mom's your best friend.
That's overrated too.
Well, yeah. For a while she wasn't. When I first came out, we weren't, but we're slowly but surely getting back there.
All right. She's well, we all were under the impression that Dad was not on the scene.
Yeah. But after Drew went first, we're all like sort of fell in line.
That's a very good point.
Thank you.
All right, he's easy to make fun of, but when he makes that guess,
we all adhere to it.
Right.
He is the guy who went to school.
All right, so. Teresa, do you, I know you're not going to be able to answer this question, but do you feel in your heart of hearts that you're a lesbian, or do you feel that you're a lesbian that was sort of cajoled into becoming a lesbian because your dad was absent?
No, I don't really think so. I feel that I am. I've known something was different since I was about 7 or 8. I mean, I just knew that something was different. Not necessarily
you're treading
wrong,
on
but just different.
Difficult. When you ask that kind of question, it's
hard to answer.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
How do you know?
Whatever.
So.
I mean, this is not confusion. This is a clear sexual orientation.
Right.
And how people get to that place, whether it's biological or environment, whatever, they're there. There's not much change in it.
Yeah. But
although women are more flexible and whatnot, but still, it's usually a fixed orientation, part of their person now.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is if someone was horribly abused by their dad, their grandpa, their uncle, and their brother, they would become lesbian because they hated men. And then maybe 5 years later, they get some counseling and whatnot, and they clear up a few issues they have with men and find out that they have an attraction to men again because they've cleared up this abuse issue.
It tends not to work like that, but yeah, I understand what you're saying.
All right.
We get fragile minds dealing with like complicated situations. You know what I mean?
It's
I'm wrong. I think I'm correct.
It's amazing how one's sexuality is cast so early in one's life, and how it's sort of very delicately and precariously balanced.
Well, let me ask, like, what constitutes normal upbringing and like sort of like delving into a normal sex life? You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't we all have our own sort of weird criterion that we all sort of like process and then go through and sort of exercise?
Yes.
I
think so.
Whatever he said, yes.
Yeah. And there's more
you're right.
chances to work
And-
out
and-
when you're in a
Come on,
band in
that's not
terms
the
of
liquor talking.
exercise.
No, the question is what is pathological and what isn't.
Right.
What should we make? You know,
What's right,
Something
I
needs
guess.
treatment, something that doesn't. And this is an area of big controversy. Really, it is. I mean,
I'm sure it is. That's why I'm asking. You know,
Well,
because am I correct? Just because I was excel at tetherball, and then I masturbated perfectly at 14, and then I was de-virginized at 17. Am I correct?
Yeah, what is normal?
You know what I mean?
well, I think there is...
I'm not joking here. You can laugh. I'm serious because I hear people call in all the time and go, well, I did this and that, and they've got their own set of variables that happened to them, and I'm like, well, this is what happened to me, and but you know what I mean?
Right. Well, it's like a sort of chicken and the egg argument. I don't really care what people are up to. I mean, I don't care what their fetish is or whether they like their own sex or a
It's your
different
job to
sex
care,
or what
Adam.
color the sex is.
No, we don't judge. We don't.
I don't
care.
judge them.
Yeah.
I don't really care. My only concern is that they're into whatever they're into because they're into it.
Right.
Not
that it's a defense
Right.
against something else,
Not
rather than
because
something
they
they're just
got
genuinely into.
beaten into it when they were young or
That's understanding
tricked
who
into
you
it.
are, I guess.
Circumstances.
Right.
It's being, again, our it's being consistent and boy, it's hard to say. It's dealing with reality on reality's terms and not defending against it, and dealing consistently with who we are as ourselves and seeing other people realistically in relation to ourselves.
And being comfortable.
And
with
if something interrupts all those things, then we're questioning it.
I follow.
All right, we got to go to break. Drew, you want to sell the next call before we come back?
I had.
What are you
one.
pissing
I
about?
have a good.
You were gone for 15 minutes.
I know. Here's a. How about a question for Sugar Ray? Huh?
All right.
All right.
When we come back.
Sell out.
Hey, this is Peanut from 311. You're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. I hope you're learning something.
All right, and this is Adam from Loveline, and that's Dr. Drew. And the phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191, fax number 310-854-4455. Mark, Rodney, and I'm not quite sure where Craig is of Sugar Ray are in here tonight. We're glad to see him. It's been about 4 months, and
It's great to be back.
they're just riding the crest of life at this point, and I must say, enjoying it. They look very spry.
We're having a good time. We've been working out.
Well,
you can tell.
Yeah, some new
But
clothes?
it's not getting to them.
No.
You know what I mean? They're still the same guys.
Not the rock and roll excesses. We haven't done that yet. We haven't met Jimmy Page yet, but we're still putting it out there. No, you know what? We're having a good time. Wait, look, we're from Newport Beach, California, right?
Right.
And
you're from,
K-Rock was fed. We were
East Bluff, as I remember.
East Bluff.
Yeah.
Dr. Drew.
Jeez,
God, you know too much. You're like Big Brother, George Orwell. But it's like. It's a joke to us, you know what I mean? It's not a joke. It's really real and really great, but it's just it's like Fantasy Island, you know what I mean? It's like we're waiting for a tattoo to go. All right, the tour is over. You go home now, you know.
Well, it's good though. It's kind of refreshing because a lot of bands struggle for a long time, and their carrot at the end of the stick is that they get played on the radio, and that they sell CDs, and that they get to do the Tonight Show, and that they have success, and that they make money. And then when they get there, they seem really bitter,
Miserable,
and disappointed about the whole situation.
God, I hate being on TV, man. Oh, and this platinum record thing hanging in my bathroom really stinks.
Right,
It's like,
well,
I don't understand the mentality because you know why? Because we're music fans. We're fans of music, and that's it. And that's as far as it goes. And hopefully, I could be mean to you like in a year, Adam.
I hope so too.
These guys are neighbors. They grew up. Remember this? In the neighborhood of somebody we know.
He said he had a short memory, remember?
Yeah. Who?
Susan.
Susan, your wife?
Yes.
All right. Well,
Neighbors.
don't be so cryptic, Drew.
We talked about it at length last time they were on the
Yeah,
show.
Because Dr. Drew is about family and people. He's a man of value, which I love, which is missing to the 90s. It's like if you're married for 6 years, it's like, wow, what a great marriage.
You guys just change places a second.
Listen, I wish we could change places. I could go out on the road with the
No, you
band.
don't.
How's your singing?
No, because that thing
I
on my
can't
testicle won't go away. So. I got my own personal pussy.
That's my hand,
Not
by the
even
way.
joking.
All right.
Nice.
Why did I try with him? Why? I'm out. I'm done.
All right. It is Hayden, who's 19.
Pat.
What's up, Adam, Drew, Sugar Ray? You guys rock.
What's going on, Hayden?
What's up, dude?
I saw you guys up in Fresno, and the only disappointment I had was I didn't hear Big Black Woman.
Yes, you did, and I'm disappointed in you for not knowing that. You were there at that Fresno radio show, and I'll be damned if we didn't play a Big Black Woman.
Yeah, we did it.
Screaming, man.
Now, I'm a little disappointed in you.
We did it. We did it.
know, maybe your ears were plugged from Fiona Apple's set, but we definitely played Big Black Woman.
Have you guys ever played with Smash Mouth?
Yep.
Yeah, we toured with them.
Yes,
wouldn't that be a great combo?
We played with Smash Mouth for 2 months and had the best time of our lives.
Yeah,
They might be in town.
Right as their single's coming out.
They might be in town because they're shooting a video tomorrow with our friend McGee, who's a great director.
Hello,
but,
McGee.
yes, we did tour Smash Mouth, and you know what? And our
Say what up to
mentalities
Smash
were the
Mouth.
same. And
You're right. You're the same kind of.
a lot of poo-poo, pee-pee humor, and no one was interested but me and Steve, the singer. And that was,
Right.
It was fun. That was
Yeah.
Like Adam's like he's giving me that, you know.
He's
cut
like
time.
a young Ed Asner.
Oh, God.
Who, me or him?
Steve.
Okay, yeah, thank God.
Who likes a good fart joke.
Who doesn't though?
A Smash Mouth.
Hey, let me tell you, my crowning achievement of last weekend, Drew, I know you've heard this, but you guys could certainly identify with this, and certainly the Smash Mouth guys could. I was in my kitchen with one of my buddies, and even though I'm 33 years old,
please.
Yeah. I already like
we're
it.
still getting a big-time farting competition, you know? And the competition ranges from the fart in the car where he rolls up the windows and locks them.
And turn the heater on.
turns
Locks
heater
the
on,
window on?
and locks the door because I'll try to open the door and flap it around to the see if you can get the guy to feel something on the linoleum
How
of the
fun
kitchen
is that,
floor, and then plant went on his head. But here was my crowning achievement. So me and this guy have been going at it all night and all year.
God, I love you.
And I had him in the kitchen, and we were just eating. I was putting away some stuff. I made a pot of coffee, and I had a big can of unground coffee. You know, the whole coffee bean.
Right.
But there's about an inch worth of bean at the bottom of this cylinder-shaped can that was about 8 or 9 inches tall. And I just put it up against my butt while he had the garbage disposal going, so he couldn't hear it. And I just filled the can. Just right? And then I took the can, and I just, right from my ass to his face, and I said, as I was putting the can to his face, I said, oh, smell that fresh roast coffee. And he just put his nose right down the can and went,
Farts are never not funny.
that was huge. Huge.
You know that can make a guy throw up.
Mark.
Oh, I did a victory dance in my kitchen.
I've made my girl throw up many a time. I give the Dutch oven under the
right.
comforter.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, well, it smells like the breeze is great. And then she pulls up, and then like, you know, it's like Agent Orange.
No, we do this thing on a bus too, man. We all lean our asses out our bunks.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
just
yeah.
blow farts all night and close the doors in both ends of the bunk.
Because on a bus, the air gets regurgitated. So
Right.
if you have some nice, say, like, and I love truck stops, and I'll get 2 corn dogs, cheese whiz, and like some tortillas,
Right.
and it's over. I killed these guys. Remember, you want to take a taxi from Philly to New York? You remember that?
It's
Don't get on our bus, man.
It's
Oh, boy.
It's you know you're serious when you actually start planning your meals around
To affect others.
what you're doing. Even Drew over here, who's a doctor, one time about a year ago, we jumped into the back of a limousine.
Yeah.
As soon as the door slammed, I let a huge one go because there's that downtime when the limo driver slams the door. It's
Which
going
is
to take
the
him about
best.
10 seconds to get into the car. So I
That
let
window of opportunity.
let the big one go, and Drew looked at me, and I've never seen him this serious before in his life. He goes, don't F with me, man, because I'll start eating onions. Because Drew, you know what does it for you, right? But Drew threatened me. He's a doctor, and he was so deathly serious that I apologize? And I rarely.
You shrinked into the corner.
Yeah, I was like, hey, sorry, man, it's cool.
You know, Drew's got access to the good pills that can really set one off. You know what I mean? You know
yeah.
that's right. So I'm not worried about Dr. Drew.
What are those pills?
Vicodins, man, they constipate you
Now, I
forever.
just recognize every female listener is clicking off right now.
Oh, they love it. They love good
women
gas talk.
And where are you?
That's how you
They have to
keep
walk
women.
out of the room.
That's what I was going to say to you guys. Like,
This is
why
a big
is that such a
difference
dude thing?
Women do not get this.
But you know what? To love us is to smell us.
Well, that's what guys.
That's how you keep your women.
I'll tell you what the female equivalent
Hey,
to this
we
is.
talked about yeast earlier, didn't we?
Right. It's talk about the periods and the yeast
Yeah.
and that
That's
sort
not
of
funny for them.
Hey, well, you know
That's
what?
not funny for us
Do
either.
your girlfriend's or wife's laundry for a week, and you will see the surprises in what they lurk, okay? So don't even F with
Exactly.
me.
Yeah, they don't
Wow.
laugh about it. They don't
Yeah, well,
laugh.
neither did I, man, okay? So it was unreal.
All right. True, please. You're part woman and you enjoy good farting
Who is
story.
women? Hear him, rough.
All right. Aaron,
Yeah.
what's going on? You're 14. You're on with Sugar Ray.
Yeah, hi, Sugar Ray.
What's up, Aaron?
Lauren.
I have a question. My mom's going through chemotherapy, and because she has breast cancer, and I was wondering if I heard that you lose your hair.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't you lose your body hair either?
You can. It's the more rapidly turning over cells in the body that die, and so that the hair, which is a very rapidly producing.
So what about your fingernails? Something like that.
Fingernails can be affected, but it's more the lining of the colon, which is, these are areas that cells are constantly being produced and sloughing off, and so when they aren't being able to be produced properly, things doesn't function right, and you get diarrhea, this sort of thing.
Yeah,
hair falls out.
But also, most of my family died from cancer, so could I get that?
What kind of cancers?
Mostly colon and breast cancer.
Yeah, colon and breast do go together. Here's the good news for you.
They do?
Wow. Yeah, in terms of heredity. The good news for you is obviously breast cancer is not going to be an issue, and colon cancer can be totally prevented with regular screening. Okay, there's a thing called a colonoscopy where a doctor can look up through the colon with a scope and pull out and remove any of the little growths that predispose or develop into cancers. Mm-hmm. So, if you have a very high family history, probably your risk ought to be assessed by a gastroenterologist, but probably around the age of 30 or 35, they will begin screening you almost every year.
But the good news is you're 14. By the time you get into the trouble zone 35, 40 years from now, hopefully technology will have advanced. But where were we 40 years ago with this stuff?
My point is we've already taken care of the one that he has to concern himself with, and that's colon cancer. There's no reason you should ever get colon cancer, no matter how intense your predisposition.
All right, so what Drew's saying is take the cigarette out of your mouth only long enough to get the chili dog in it.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying, Drew?
No.
Okay.
Good luck to you, Aaron.
Thank you.
All right, Aaron, good luck.
Yeah, I just had trouble. I'm having trouble expressing myself now for some reason, but hair on the head has a quicker life cycle than hair on the body, and so it's more apt to fall out.
Right, unless you're like
suppress the growth.
Unless you have eyebrows like mine, which fall off and recycle.
You do have the Gallagher brothers sort of eyebrow thing.
Yeah, really.
It's becoming on you.
Yeah, that's what people say when they're trying to be nice. I really don't like it, but the hair on your head rejuvenates faster than. Although I'll tell you a thing that's weird. Talking about hair, and Drew, you can tell me why. You guys are not at this stage of your life, but I swear to God, like ear hair and nose hair
start growing.
No,
starts going nuts.
I just bought my first pair of nose clipper things for nose hairs.
Oh, really?
It's unreal.
Whoa.
It's unreal. I'm sitting there checking myself out like I usually do in the morning, and I'm looking in the mirror and I see like little touchy feelies coming out of my nose. It was such a bummer. So I bought like the safety scissors with the round thing at the end.
Right.
And I cut them. It was so disturbing, but I had to do it. I had to do it. I really did, you guys.
At what age
What
was
about
that?
body hair?
No joke there.
Rodney and Craig's a good thing to fart on, by the way, if you find it left unattended in the van.
I love that.
I don't know what it is, but from I'm 33 now, up until the age of 29, 30, never even noticed a ear hair, anything coming out of my ear. Now I'll pull a hair out, and I swear to God, that time the next day, I'll see another one in its place. So what is that, Drew?
I don't know.
But why does that happen? Boom, like right at the end of the 20s, all of a sudden it just starts jumping out.
Phenomenal.
Look at the hair on my head.
What about it?
It was the same color as yours 2 years ago.
Right.
Really?
It turned silver.
No, it was not.
His triplets did it to him.
You've always had like, beautiful hair like you have now.
No, I had this color. Like, so,
You did not?
Look, we were watching home videos about 3 or 4 days ago. My kids go, Daddy had black hair. I thought, oh my goodness, it really has changed. And I looked at it, it's like, it's this color.
What about downstairs, Drew? Did that make the change?
Fine.
Inquiring mind.
fine.
That's okay.
Just checking.
Anyway, so Jim from Detroit.
All right, so Drew, why don't you do a better job of selling the next call?
Are we playing a song now?
No, we're going to a break, but we'll come back. We'll play a song, and
all right.
why don't you find
Carl,
something?
who has a preoccupation with very young women.
Okay, that's something we can hang out with.
Hi, this is Tori Amos, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, you is. And Drew, if you're listening, it's time to begin the show. Mark, Rodney, and Craig are all here from Sugar Ray, and I'll tell you what we'll do because otherwise we'll never get to it. Although Mark wanted to hear something from Flock of Seagulls.
God darn it. I really do, though.
I know. I never have you met a more selfless band than Sugar Ray. Usually we have bands in here, and we'll usually play a song or two, and they'll be arguing why they can't play the whole side of the CD. But not Sugar Ray. They prefer to hear something out of the Westwood One Music Vault, which I hear is
I know is deep. I know it's cool, and they're like, but we have record companies.
It
that are
exists.
So like, we gotta hear some.
Your record company fed you the biggest line of crap in the world.
But there's no library of music here.
Still tastes bad. Or like the Westwood One radio. Like I bet they have like the first Rat demo that has, "You think you're tough."
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, you can't fool me.
Oh, they have the King Biscuit Flower
Hour, yeah.
Rat in 1976.
What's your group, Rod? The Prairie what?
Playing
Pure
their
Prairie
high
League.
school prom.
Right, totally. Like Crew's first gig at the Starwood, right?
Yeah, yeah, they have it here. But because the name of the game is selling records, we're going to hear something off of Floored, and this one is called RPM.
Thank you.
Sounds like that game.
No, not the whole song, just the end there with the dyno tuning channel.
Sounds like that coffee can, huh?
Oh, that was so classic, man.
And you know that smell just brewed in there, and no pun intended. You know
I'm
what I
stealing
mean?
now. I'm biting that one.
Okay, that's good.
It was just, it was diabolical, is
See,
what
Adam,
it was.
we used to cup them with our hands, but I don't think it retained the sort of aroma.
Zest.
Well, yeah, coffee hole smells like, you can hide stuff in coffee or...
You could put pot in there if you're going to Europe.
Exactly. Or,
Well, when you do that hand wave, which I've done many a time.
It was just fun.
I've actually, I do it to myself.
That's a great visual, too.
You know what, dude? I've done that, too. I've done that, too. No, you know when you cup your own fart and then put it in your own face? And my mom's killing me right now because she hates when I talk like this. But, Mom, I know you've done it, too. I remember when you were at Boston College and you cupped your own fart once. But you can get radical smells off that your own hand. So a coffee can could be on. Hey, there's Dr. Drew. Quetch.
All right.
Fun's over, guys.
Drew's here and the party's over. You all right, Drew?
It's getting out of business now.
Yeah, you always give me grief, Adam, for not being involved enough in the show. But would you rather I kind of move in and out?
Yeah,
it
kind of would.
Much more fun that way.
But I'd like to see a nicer, friendlier Dr. Drew for the 97, 98, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
how about that, Drew?
Maybe 98.
Yeah, all right. We'll put that in.
Certainly not tonight.
But I do enjoy his expertise.
I'll put that on my wish
need
list. Sugar Ray's here. Drew, you want to put that board somewhere where I can see it? Thank you. And you got to get a new marker there, Drew.
No kidding.
That is
Mike.
pathetic.
Look at that.
Carl.
Yo.
You're 17. What's going on?
Yeah, I've got like a preoccupation with really young girls.
How young?
Who doesn't? Excuse me.
Like just barely changing. I don't know, like depending, like 10.
10.
Wow.
Yeah.
But he's 17, so that's all right.
Something happened to you when you were 10?
No.
Nothing.
Liar.
What have you ever acted on this, Carl?
No, I just kind of want to know what it comes from, and
It's something that. What are the feelings you have towards these girls?
it's just like lust,
You don't wish them ill.
No.
Do you want to save them or rescue them? I mean,
No. Not like
you just
that.
have a physical thing.
It's just like an attraction.
You fantasize about them?
Yeah.
And when you were that age or younger, anything ever happened to you funny?
Nothing happened to me. No.
Drew doesn't believe it.
Thanksgiving, 86.
Sure.
What happened to me?
Uncle Lou said, "Who stuffed the turkey?"
Where's the stuffing? Where's the mashed potatoes?
Nothing, Carl?
No, I mean, unless it's really deeply repressed.
Are you into pornography a lot?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Rob, have you been in Sweden lately?
Do they? What kind of stuff do you look at? That kitty stuff?
Well, I don't have any child porn.
All right,
but on the internet, I don't know, just like drawings and things like that. Nothing like really graphic or disgusting or anything like that.
Well, here's the question: You're 17, so when you're 24, do you think you'll be into 17-year-olds?
Or still 12-year-olds?
I don't think it's like a progressive thing.
You're stuck at 10.
You'd be stuck at 10.
And do you have any attraction to same age girls?
Oh, yes, that too.
That too, but there's also something stuck back
Just
there.
loves women.
The reason we're going after the sexual abuse is that what the most common thing, at least that we deal with, that causes young people to be stuck at that stage of development. It's what causes them to then become abusers in the future. They're sort of fixed in that sexual orientation. And very often they have a sense that they're going to rescue those kids. They have some sense that they're going to help them in some way, from their abusive parents or whatever, and they develop these bizarre sexual relationships with them. But I suppose there's a big difference between having this and being able to contain the behaviors and having it not being able to contain it.
Yeah, it's the difference between being free and being incarcerated.
So there is that, and it sounds like you're able to contain this, and you understand they're wrong, and you don't act on them. But I would think you'd want to get more into why you're having this part of yourself is so stuck there. And the only way that changes is with treatment, frankly.
But it's cultural, though. In Holland, I think it's. You know what I mean? Actually, I'm throwing something out there.
Not age 10.
Well, not age 10, but I think
14's consent over there. 14's
okay.
Yeah, but that's one is a child, the other is post-pubertal. I mean,
that's true.
Very different thing.
Craig, be quiet.
It's like it depends.
Don't go for so.
Like, I don't know, just like when they're starting to change.
All right. I understand.
I'm not like attracted to girls that haven't. Most of the time, not attracted to girls.
It may be just some unresolved part of yourself. It probably it has to be.
And here's the sad part, really, is that Carl is right in the great sexual wheelhouse of 17 years old.
Yeah.
In
that testicle pulse zone.
If you're fantasizing, Carl, about 10-year-olds, I fantasize about 17-year-olds, and that's acceptable for you. You really should be taking advantage of that.
You're weird, Adam.
Thank you. You guys know what I'm saying.
Let me tell you something, okay? I'm in my late 20s. I want to. A woman never, divulges her age, but I mean, an 18-year-old is great for me. And like, why? Look, society sets the standard, and that's how it is. And God bless it, and it protects people.
Right. Protects young people. Yeah,
Dr. Drew,
yes. You said it.
You wouldn't let me. You almost slapped me. You almost slapped me. You almost did. But and that's how it should be. And I think maybe being a 17-year-old like Carl is, and God bless him, that they're just impulses and that they're going out of the parameters of society right now. But dude, you're not weird. Just don't act on them, and just grow up and enjoy.
Yeah. All right. I'll second that.
Then nothing. When you're 12 or 10, your parents didn't break up or something.
Well, actually, my parents had a divorce, but I still see both of them.
Mine too. When I was 12, mine too.
But you understand that's something happened to him then that caused him to kind of stick in that state of development. He wants to go back and retrieve that piece of himself.
Right.
But maybe not, though. I mean, this whole psychoanalysis thing is so radically it's just, I don't know. What am I talking about?
Well, the point is he may resolve it in normal development anyway. It may just kind of pass. That's right. You're right that way.
I think the guy is cool. I don't think, you sound like a normal guy. And you can only, what you can tell over the phone. But I just think your impulses are real and, feel them. But
just don't act on them.
You know what I mean? Just and as you get older, bro, things get a lot easier.
They certainly do.
They really do.
Well, at least he's realizing.
Do I get $1 for the divorce?
That was a good call.
Well, who cares? Everyone's parents were divorced by the time they were 12.
No, Drew, I would hope you would know.
He said 12 and there were 10. You don't get $1.
I was 4.
I'll give him a buck for
Mark, give you $1.
There goes $1.
More platinum now.
Julian.
I was.
Julian?
Lennon?
What is he playing the guitar?
That's
John?
Lennon. Hey, no Valette.
Listen. Imagine all the...
Julian?
What's that, Plexi?
All right, 23-year-old Julian is working out the chords on his Fender.
Hey, maybe DreamWorks will sign him.
Asher.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, you're 21. What's going on?
Here's my question. Basically, I just started dating. I'm 21. It was 2 months ago.
Are you done with the date yet? You sound like you're working out a little bit there, baby. That's all right. I've been there.
Yeah, it's a little odd, but, I never figured it out.
Breathe.
Basically, what happened is I started dating this girl, and,
I'm getting horny listening to you, dude. Oh, my God. Divulge, dude. Divulge.
No, but we started going out, and she started getting these paranoias for some reason that I was gay. Because I had
You don't sound gay.
Well, she put me all these feminine qualities that she tagged onto me. Anyway, it was just I think we've had sex once. But then, just one day, I was like, I'm not attracted. I'm just not even.
Did you have trouble tallying up the once?
I think.
Well,
do you listen to techno late at night?
Let me see. How many times you had sex?
How much thinking? How much thinking you got to do?
I was having sex with her yesterday. I mean, 4 years ago.
What do you mean? October once?
No, you know what? This guy's rap. Put him on again.
We will. Good. We got to go. We got to go to a commercial break. We'll come back with the hyperventilating Asher and more Sugar Ray. All right. Sugar Ray is here. So
what's up?
Dr. Drew, and so is Adam Carolla. So is Loveline. And we will be back in 10 seconds.
This is Loveline on radio station.
Stinky
Sugar Ray's here off CD's Floored. Dr. Drew's here. Adam Carolla's here. Tomorrow night we will be in, where are we going to be? Boulder, Drew?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes.
you guys, when are you going to have this in your TV show?
Wait, what?
That's such a bummer.
We're starting up in a few weeks, and
Because,
you'd be the
I
perfect
feel a little
guest.
slighted.
No,
I mean, I really do.
I have a prediction. They'll be on the TV show.
Oh, absolutely.
Great.
Okay.
I guess this is sort of, the apprenticeship you do before you got. I saw Bloodhound Gang got right into the TV thing.
Yeah.
So, how platinum do you have
Cujo
to
licked
be?
me, or what's the guy from the Bloodhound Gang?
Jimmy Pop. Jimmy Pop is cool and
He's
fun.
very funny.
Lupus.
Lupus is awesome too.
Hey, some guy named after a disease licks you.
Yeah, Evil Jared, man.
All right, so no, Sugar Ray, we've been on like summer hiatus with the TV show, and they've just been showing reruns. So I can guarantee you that you will be on in a few weeks.
All I want to do is be considered. That's it.
Yeah,
it's not something we have any control over.
I'm sure I know.
Yeah, I've heard that before. But we've been considered for Meatballs 10. So we'll have to weigh our options.
Remember what I said about this stuff not getting these guys' heads? I rescind it entirely.
All right, so Sugar Ray's here tonight. David Faustino will be in here on Tuesday. Then the Foo Fighters, then D.B. Sweeney, and
he was great. And the what was that hockey movie you did?
John Leguizamo will be with who? Ann? Sorry, I didn't hear. Oh, be with D.B. Sweeney, and then Chumbawamba and Melissa Jean Hart. Who's Melissa Jean Hart?
Joan Hart.
She was the girl in 8 Is Enough.
I'm
the
sorry.
Young one.
The 10-year-old one.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch. God, she's all over the place in her underwear, too.
She's hot, though.
Yeah.
She's Clarissa Tells It All or whatever. Explains it all, right?
Oh, I dig her because I was so into Elizabeth Montgomery when I was a kid.
When she wrinkled her nose, man.
Oh, I'll tell you, it was so painful. My childhood was so painful. I'd look at Elizabeth Montgomery on the TV for a half hour, and then I'd come in and look at my mom, and I'd say, "Oh,
and you go, what's wrong?" She look at your mom, you go, Agnes B. Moorhead.
Endora.
I think Dick York looked at Dick Sargent and went, "Hey, let's have a party with the guy from the Brady Bunch, the older guy."
He was checking out Dr. Bombay's package. All right, Asher, you're 21.
I love this show.
Did you get some oxygen, Asher?
Yeah, just freezing in my place.
You all right? Where are you calling from?
Reno.
And what's the temp like over there?
Capital of the world.
No clue. It's just cold.
All right.
Where are we going tomorrow?
You guys are
we're going to the eye of the storm, yeah.
Oh, yes.
All right, so Asher, you're 21. Are you a virgin?
Not anymore.
What happened? While you're on hold, or what happened?
No. That was like a few weeks ago.
Uh-huh. And so you went out with a girl, and she accused you of having feminine tendencies.
No, she didn't accuse me. She turned them as compliments, but then she started getting worried, thinking I was gay.
Why, was it your Yentl movies?
No, not those. Actually, it was more like, it's just like kind of, she's like asking me all these questions about things like taking advantage of girls or like.
By the way, we were talking about sports during the commercial, and you brought up Pittsburgh Steelers. We did that Terry Bradshaw home team show a couple days ago.
I love Terry Bradshaw.
How radical.
I couldn't believe I was sitting next to Terry Bradshaw. And
how big is he?
He's big, and he kept hitting me. Didn't he?
Adam, you're so funny.
He's so physical.
A physical humor sucks if you're not ready
He's got a big old arm, and he just kept whacking me away with it. But
big old arm.
And Adam had the temerity to stand up to this guy. The first time he shakes his hand, he goes, "I hate you. You ruined my Super Bowl in 1987.
79.
Whatever it was.
87, like, what, was he commentating?
He beat my beloved Rams back when I was in
Pasadena,
You and
Rose
Vince
Bowl.
Ferragamo can go back.
Right.
You know,
and I made him apologize.
No, you
doing
did
that.
not.
Yes, I did.
That's awesome.
Drew, would you back me up?
Yeah, and he actually got upset. I'm sorry if I know it, Adam.
No
I'm
way.
really sorry.
Right.
What about Stalwarts and Swan? You get hold of that too?
No, but
Stalwart beat you and Swanee and those some nice catches.
I told him I wanted Franco Harris to
So I'm sure
apologize
Asher's
as
getting
well.
really horny over this sports talk, aren't you, baby?
No, he doesn't like sports. He's gay. All right. We're moving on. Yes.
Asher, you're okay. Don't worry about it.
Julian.
Yo.
Hey, you're back.
Hi, I'm here.
Hey, what were you doing before? Practicing your guitar?
No, that was Guns N' Roses in the background.
Was it really?
Okay.
Appetite for Destruction is one of the best records of all time. Thank you.
Yeah. Use Your Illusion, too.
No, I didn't say that. I said Appetite for Destruction.
Well, that's what I was listening to. But Adam and Drew, you guys make a really good team.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
I like Metallica, anyways.
So who cares?
Listen, I drink a lot.
So do I, dude. I'm drinking
I smoke
now.
lots of pot, and I smoke lots of cigarettes.
So you're okay. Next call.
I try not to, though. I mean, I work really hard not to do so. I feel like I have a lot of good stuff going for me, but I always revert back to this hardcore, like, lonely session where I just get wasted. And my question for Drew, I'm not really sure what it is, but what I'm not sure of is if it's psychological, like I just need to get over something and I use alcohol for that, or if I'm just fully alcoholic and I just do that.
Well, is the sort of acid test question is, do you have the family history of alcoholism?
I'm adopted. I don't know Jack.
Which often is a positive history.
You know your nationality?
Yeah, I'm English.
English, Scottish?
Right.
Scottish or Irish?
Don't know.
Yeah.
I think my dad was German and my mom's English.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Dad.
Well, being adopted is a loosely positive history, frankly, because it's a more.
What do you mean loosely positive?
Well, I can't prove it, but if I see somebody with suggestion of addiction and they're adopted, I consider that enough.
Not that adoption means addiction, but
adoption commonly does. I mean, it's commonly, there's often...
You're more apt to give your kid or your infant up for adoption if you come from a situation where there's alcoholism.
It's a common thing.
My mom says my birth dad had learning disability. And I was diagnosed with dyslexia and spatial concept disorder and bullshit crap like that.
I don't know. I wouldn't tell my kid that. That to me is
sets them off bad.
It's like a guy's about to drive a tee shot, and you say, "Do you inhale or exhale on the downswing?" I mean, she's just effing with you when she says that. I mean, if my mom said to me, "How old were you when your mom told you that?"
Well, I got tested when I was like 17, like right before college.
Hey, imagine at age 17 your mom says, the alcoholic guy we adopted you from, learning disability.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Hey, Julian, let me ask you something. Like, it sounds like you're in college.
Right.
Because you said before college, and it sounds like, what, you smoke cigarettes and smoke pot and drink beer?
Well,
oh, my God, you sound like the most average college student I've ever heard in my life. And look, you got to pick and choose your spots, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't have like a sort of self-fulfilling prophecy where you go off your head and go, I'm drinking and smoking pot. I mean, look, we've all experimented. We've all been there. I've been there. I've been to college, blah, 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 man.
Yo, I know.
Just keep your priorities together.
Like, I see myself in two ways. I see myself like the athlete, like the guy who plays volleyball on the beach every single day and runs up and down the stadium.
And you have beautiful legs, too, by the way.
Thanks. And I also see myself as, like, the coffee shop, cool kind of, like, lounge singer guy who smokes cigarettes and smokes pot and drinks beer and just, like, hangs out. And, like, I write a lot.
Bro, you're rad, dude.
I'm, like, in between. I don't know which way to go.
Wait a minute. Why don't
you're romancing ideas, and that's natural in everybody. And, like, look, just be who you're going to be. Like, if you want to be sort of like the coffee house freak that listens to, like, weirdo jawbox songs, but, like, and you want to be the athlete, and that's great. You just got to balance
Hold
them
on,
both.
Mark. No, I'm going to pick a vocation for Julian right now.
Thank you.
What do you do for a living?
I have no job.
Yeah. Are you going to school right now?
My old man pays my way.
All right, that's your problem.
See, he's smart
you need
enough
a
to
job.
know that.
You shouldn't be screwing around on the beach every day and running
He's a
bleachers and
student,
whatnot.
Adam.
It's all part of it, isn't it?
Yeah, but you see, the devil makes work for idle hands.
As Morrissey said.
His hands are too idle. He has too much time.
Idle. When my mind's idle, that's when I need to fill it with beer.
He loves the drama of what he's talking about. I know this guy.
Wait.
I'm not hanging up on him. Just put him on hold.
All right, here's the deal. I mean, addiction is about not being able to stop when you want to. And that's the fundamental complaint he has, is that he tries to stop and can't. And we're speculating there's a family history here. And the reason addiction occurs, it's a conditioning of a piece of the brain that you have no conscious influence over. It just manifests behavior, and it's a biological event. It's influenced by psychological factors, particularly insofar as why you begin your relationship with substances and how substances work for you to deal with your own coping. He, being adopted, may have some fundamental psychological problems. I mean, adopted kids sometimes have some pretty heavy abandonment issues and things that they learn early on to manage with substances, particularly if they're addictively prone. The substances happen to be very effective for people with the biology of addiction. His addiction, obviously, as you guys are pointing out, is not taken off. It's not way out of control or anything, but he has suspicion that something's going on here. If he can't control it, if he really cannot, he needs to get some professional help with it, and let somebody else assess whether or not this is addiction or whether or not there's some fundamental psychological thing that can be dealt with separately, and this is just abuse.
Amy.
Hello.
You're 17.
Yeah.
What's going on?
First of all, I want to say hi to Sugar Ray. You guys are like my favorite band and stuff.
Hello, Amy. You're so sweet. And the check's in the mail.
Okay, hi. Okay. And well, my problem is that, okay, I'm 17, and I'm going to be 18 in a month and a half. And I'm, like, tired of my family and my parents, and I just want to get out of here. But I'm spoiled. I'm, like woman enough to admit it, I guess. And I know that I won't survive on the streets without my parents, you know?
You will not, believe me.
Yeah, and I don't know what to do.
Well, what do you mean you're spoiled, though?
Like, my parents give me everything. Like, everything that I've ever done, my parents have given to me. They bought me a car.
Why do you resent them so much, then?
They don't give me enough freedom, though. It's like I have a car, but I can't do anything.
They don't get enough freedom, but they got you a car? That's a double entendre, isn't it?
Drive it around the living room or something? Oh, I wish my parents would have bound me that way by giving me a vehicle.
I didn't get a BMW until I was 18.
Oh, the tragedy. No wonder you're in the shape you are psychologically.
Beach, you know? Yeah, right.
Yeah, but it's like, and like, okay, they let me go to a lot of concerts. That's like my freedom. That's how I get away. I've been to a lot of Sugar Ray concerts, too.
Amy, your parents, LOVEU, they love you. They're taking care of you. What is your problem? I don't understand.
Because when I go to college, I know I won't survive, and I can't talk to them about it.
You'll survive.
Who's going to pay for college?
You'll survive. They're going to provide you with a nice... Look, you're in a good situation. You have parents that obviously love you, provide you with a car. They give you a freedom that you're not acknowledging. And I think there's something you need to look at in that.
What do you think college is, by the way? It's just a bunch of kids whose parents are paying for their cars and their tuition.
And their beer.
And their weed and their cigarettes.
Yeah.
And their season tickets to whatever football team you happen to enjoy.
Hockey.
All right, but Amy...
Where are you from, Amy?
L.A.
What is your big beef? I'm still not really understanding this. What skills do you need to cope with college?
Like, well, I don't get all that good grades and stuff. And, like, my parents are on me about that, but they're coming up this year because I am a senior and a half.
Well, are you going to USC then?
Being overly gratifying.
Drew went to SC for medical school, by the way.
Really I went to undergraduate work there. Thank you, communications. I did too.
Being overly gratifying can be abusive too. Parents that don't give kids limits, don't give them an opportunity to figure out who they are.
Yeah, that usually sucks.
I mean, if she gets everything,
here's the
and they have control of everything too.
But she says she has no freedom.
That's abusive. But that's the point. They give her everything her little heart's desire, except a self, except a life.
Right.
And that's abusive.
It's like a Barney doll.
All right, but let me abuse Amy a little more here. Amy, here's the deal. You can construe an upbringing as abusive by just about anybody, no matter how much money you have or how little money you have, and parents are always a pain in the ass when you're 17. They just are. But there's alcoholic, white trash, I'm beating you, sodomizing you, and selling your plasma for booze money abuse. And then there's I'm giving you a Shell card, a Chevron card, a 76 card, but I'm not going to give you the Exxon card. Abuse.
That was rough.
You know what I'm saying, Amy?
Yeah.
Your abuse is going to garner laughs from most people who have been through abuse.
It's hard to relate to that. You know what I mean? It sounds like your parents have been good to you, and and like Adam said, it's sort of like, you know what I mean? It's hard to sit here and go, oh, poor Amy. You know what I mean?
No, well, that's not what I want, though. I mean, I just need help. You know, I'm ready to just leave. I go to church, and that doesn't even help me.
Are you not getting along with your parents?
Oh, not at all. Oh, I just got in a fight with my dad tonight.
Well, you're in the perfect age.
It's that age. It's that age.
You're in the perfect age. Enjoy the fights. You look back in a couple of years and go, wow.
Does he hit you? Anybody hit you when you fight?
No.
It's not always like that, Dr. Drew.
I go for it, but, you know.
Oh, come on.
Easy.
It's happened since I was, like, 13. I've been, like, arguing with them. And
you swing at them?
No, I don't swing at them, but, like, I have those. I'm just really temperamental, and I don't. But, like, when I get in my room, I punch holes through the walls and stuff just to get it out.
Something.
Well, what do you think, Drew?
I don't know. She's got the little girl voice here. This is something.
You want to gamble?
No, I don't. I don't think we'll get it out.
That's hot.
I don't know. There's a lot of variables to gamble on.
I have a little voice, but I'm not a big girl, but I'm not a little girl. I play softball, and I'm not a lesbian.
Really?
We all looked at each other.
That's insane.
Give it a few more innings.
Don't go there.
I can't remember what my last tally was, but I think anything over about 180 innings in softball for a female, you turn lesbian.
Give it a few. Are you buying your own mitts now? That's the key.
Oh boy.
All right.
I think it's just her age.
That's standard teen angst, which we love and we support here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wish there was some sort of rotating family plan where Amy could then go to another family that didn't have it quite as good as her family did, and it would probably clean up her attitude real fast.
There is a solution.
What is it?
It's growing up.
Yeah.
It's a solution. There's no like paved way how to grow up. And
it happens
Amy,
to all of us.
you sound like a girl with a good head on your shoulders. Go to college and enjoy your parents.
And don't bail out on your parents.
College
either.
could be the solution for
College
her.
will be the
Having
solution.
relationships with her peers in an
Absolutely.
independent manner might be the solution.
Ashley, you're 20.
Hi, Adam.
Hey, you're on with Sugar Ray. What's going
Drew
on?
and Sugar Ray.
Hey,
I just
Ashley.
want to say to the band first, I saw you guys in Fresno. Mark, when you had laryngitis or strep throat, I don't remember which one it was.
It was both of those.
Well, you kicked ass anyway.
You're so nice. My
and I'm going to
God.
see you guys on the 1st with 311, and I'm so excited.
Hey, Ashley, it's going to be so fun. You should see my new costumes. I got them from Freddie Mercury. they're a little restricting, but I don't care.
I'll be up front. Okay.
Oh, you don't want to be too close. You might get hit with something.
Ashley?
Yeah, Drew, I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
I can't get past the Freddie Mercury thing. Hang on.
But you don't need to.
Okay. All right. Drew, for the past about month or so, every once in a while I've been knowing, okay, this is a less than fascinating medical problem. I'm warning you all right now. There's been blood in my urine, and I'm going to see the doctor tomorrow, but I'm really, really scared, and I don't know what they're going to do to me.
And you're sure it's blood?
Well,
It's not just that the urine's turning brown or anything like that.
I'm fairly certain it's blood.
Any pain when you urinate?
Huh?
Any pain when you urinate?
A little bit of burning, but not anything that's
A sense of urgency when you have to go?
not anything that's abnormal.
Okay. In your age, you're 20. The most
Do you do
likely,
aerobics and stuff?
Are you kidding?
No. The most likely probability is
Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you with the exercise allegation.
Whoa.
God, Adam, control yourself.
Sorry,
the most
I was out of
likely
line.
cause of this, some of your age, is just a plain old urinary tract infection. It's been going on.
I've been trying to drink massive amounts of cranberry juice.
it will
and
not
water.
do it. It will not. You have to take antibiotics. And,
Okay.
And that's the probability. That's what it is.
What about? I remember I had blood in my urine once.
The list of probabilities of causes of blood in the urine is a huge list.
Really? What are they going to do to me at the doctor?
They're
I'm
just going to look.
petrified.
They're going to look at your urine and check a culture and probably put you on antibiotics for a week and then check your
They're
blood.
not going to like fill me full of chalk substances and make me pee in an X-ray?
No. They might do something called an IVP, which is where they or a kidney ultrasound, where they just make sure there's not something. I mean, the possibilities include. I mean, I don't want to scare you, but there's lots of possibilities. The list,
That's okay, I'm
but
already
I mean,
scared.
the list is enormous, but it probably accounts for less than 5% of the causes in your age group. The overwhelming probability is it's just a plain old infection.
But it's not to be taken lightly. 'Cause
Not
my
to be
mom
taken
always said, as a registered nurse, my mother is like any sort of blood excretion is
Anywhere.
really serious. Ear, nose, pee-pee.
Eyeballs.
No, Ashley, like we're gonna have a good time on the 1st, but still, make sure you get
Well,
that
I'll
checked.
make sure I'm all better on the 1st so I can jump around.
Yeah, clean that up.
Yeah, I think the ear would be one of the scarier places to excrete blood.
No, that's usually just an external.
Listen, but how come in the movies when the person falls off the building?
Oh, because
I know. That's like the last thing you see.
It's a sign of a skull fracture.
Or at UFC, you know.
That's good, but you're not awake when the blood's coming out of your ear. That kind of blood.
Well, one guy
no.
was once.
Well, I had blood in my urine for a while once, and the doctor said it was from jumping around too much.
Yeah, there is that in men from running and things like that, but that's a pretty rare cause.
That was
actually.
your exercise thing that was valid.
Right, that's why you said.
That's why I was asking. Yeah, I said if you.
But that's what you determine it is when you've ruled out everything else. I mean, there's tumors and infections and all kinds of things that can also cause, as well as intrinsic diseases of the kidney. And these have to be. I mean, if her kidney function is normal, if she doesn't have infection, then they image the kidney. It's all normal. Then you're left saying, well, it's just one of those things.
All right, we're going to go to another break. Drew, you want to sell? Why don't I attempt to sell this call? What, Cara? Dad has a temper and it's very difficult to get along with. No, I don't like that one. Monica, who's 16, Dad has asked her to toke out with him. Should she? All right, this is something to hang out for. Supporting Floored and
311
and 311 and we'll probably hear something from Flock of Seagulls coming up here in the next half hour or so, because Mark has insisted, and well, we don't mind if he bucks protocol a little. He wants to play Flock of Seagulls. We are Flock of Seagulls. Monica,
Hey, what's up?
you're 16.
Yeah. Hey, Sugar, I've got lemonade and brownies, and I really dig the sound.
All right.
Monica, you're rad. And
Going
you know
way
what?
back.
You read 17 magazine too, didn't you?
No.
Okay.
All right.
I'll be over here.
What?
Okay. You got a question, Monica?
What?
Anyways.
I love your voice, though.
Oh, thanks.
This is correct.
Anyways, okay, yeah. I was on vacation with my dad. I was visiting him. He's, like, traveling around Europe. And he, like, was searching through my backpack, and he found some zigzags, right? And so he's like, hey, you got any more? Let's go toke out, you know? I was just like, what? I know my dad's been smoking for, like, a long time, because I've, like, caught him many times. But I don't know, it's like weird. Now he like wants to smoke out with me and stuff.
So did you smoke out with him in Europe?
No.
Or when you got back is when he looked through your bag?
No, it's when I was there.
Uh-huh.
Still in Europe.
So so you're going to fly out to Amsterdam, toke out, and then fly back?
No.
Can you guys just toke out over the phone?
You made the right decision by not.
Hey, Monica.
Huh?
Do you value your father-daughter relationship?
We don't really get along, so I was wondering, like, if I took out with him, if I blazed.
Absolutely not. Okay.
If we'll bond.
There never will be a bond between you and your dad if you smoke out with him. You hear me?
You serious?
I promise you that you'll never. I don't mean to be sound harsh, but you'll never respect him. Like if he looks at your grades and sees you get a D, and you're like, hey, Dad, what about that weed we smoked a couple weeks ago? So I mean it like. I just don't think it's a good idea. Dr. Drew, help me out.
I'm 100% behind you. Not only is the modeling of that behavior immensely powerful, it's a very poor boundary situation. There's no boundaries between the two of you, and he then becomes no longer the parent.
Well,
he's going to be your buddy and your peer, which is the most unhealthy kind of parent in their
of all time. And Monica, how old are you?
16.
So if
you're toking out a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, the water doesn't fall too far from the bomb.
I don't let it get in the way of my grades or, like, I used to have it. Well,
I can tell.
It will eventually.
Hey, Monica, you basically have the same respect for some, like, yo-yo that goes, hey, you want to smoke some weed, Monica? Like, you're going to look at your dad like that guy. And, like, look, the parental thing is good. You need to cater to it and exercise it because you can have a good relationship with your parents and be alternative and kooky and weird.
I think what Monica's saying is Dad has already sort of forfeited that parental right by toking his way through Europe.
So that's where she has to stand out.
Listen, but Adam, she does not have to exercise it. And she can still hold him in vain and maybe help him be the parent he needs to be.
Yeah, you got to set boundaries for your dad, Monica. I hate to say.
No, but that's weird.
She's already stuck with the bad parent.
Hey, this is the 90s, all right? We sat through the 100 episodes.
It's a new way.
What is your dad doing, by the way?
What's he doing?
Construction, I bet, huh?
He's a year off and he's on vacation.
Is he into construction?
No.
Yeah.
How old is he? How old is he?
He's 41.
And what did he do?
What did he do?
He worked at Head Shop?
He worked, funny. He works at IBM.
Was he in the Turtles?
What?
Are they looking for that guy still?
Like, I mean, I grew up with pot because, like, my dad used to grow it in the backyard and stuff.
Right.
So
Okay, well, I'm out. I'm out of the conversation.
Great.
All right. So,
well, let me just point something out to you. Do you remember the first time you got high?
Yeah.
What'd you think of the drug? The very first time you really got high on it?
Well, nothing because it didn't work.
The first time you got high on it, not the first time you used it. The first time. Usually it takes about 3 or 4 times before somebody gets high.
But it was cool. I liked it. Obviously.
You think about food?
You just kind of liked it, and that was it.
I thought it was really cool, actually.
all right. So, Drew, what are you getting at? The show's 2 hours.
Most addicts, most marijuana addicts will have.
I can talk that way about them because I love it.
Where they love it. They absolutely love it. It's just an amazing experience.
Rob, what do you think?
And from that day forward, you're preoccupied with it every day for the next between 1 and 20 years. And somewhere down the line there, it'll stop working. And you'll start using more of it, try to get the same high, and won't work. You'll start escalating your alcohol use. And in this day and age, what most people do is switch to speed. And then I see them when they come in for their amphetamine dependency.
Well, it's cheaper. Well, because your teeth fall out. That's the bummer.
Rodney,
hey, Dr. Have you ever smoked pot? You've never smoked pot?
I got to be the doctor here. Read our book when it comes out.
He's
no, but I'm just wondering because, like, look, the things you say make such perfect sense, and obviously, let's
put it this way. I
some experience.
I don't know, man. Putting your line, maybe you're selling books, but I don't know. I'm just asking.
I treat marijuana and amphetamine addicts every day of my life.
Right, but I'm just
a day does not go by that I don't see a marijuana addict.
And I believe that.
You can come to the unit with me someday. I'll introduce you.
No, I totally believe that. I know you do because you're so educated in the way you speak and you talk to the kids, which is great.
Yeah.
But I was just wondering what your personal experience was.
He doesn't feel comfortable talking about his personal experience.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Because I've smoked pot before, and I find myself watching religious channels for like 3 hours in a row. And finding, maybe converting, too.
Here's what you watch when you smoke pot. Whatever was on the TV when you turned it on.
We'll be there. Exactly.
What's this girl to do? Because her dad is obviously not going to let this rest after...
Well, maybe he will. Maybe
he will if she's.
Well, he's in Europe, so it's sort of a moot point. But it's.
Hopefully, he's in Germany, like really bumming out,
dying.
Dad is. You want to. there's this whole thinking that you're supposed to be friends with your kids, and it's
that is the worst.
It's
sort of.
You lose a respect.
I hate that mentality with everything I have. Like when parents like, oh, my mom's my best friend. I'm like, okay, well, let's go through the list of why you're dysfunctional.
Right.
Well, let me tell you something, because like my parents, they've always had this sort of authority respect vibe, and you've got to maintain that. Otherwise, what is there?
You have to. It's why the drill sergeant doesn't say, "Call me Larry, boys."
Yeah, right.
Because he is preparing you for battle, and the world is a tough place, and you have to prepare for it. Absolutely. And it's why your gym coach, and it's why the drill sergeant, and it's why your your teacher, your history teacher, whoever. Yep. That's why you call them Mr. something or Mrs. something. Yep. Right. Because if you lose that respect, then you lose your edge, and you're going to get shot out on the battlefield.
And you lose you.
Thank you, Kara. I don't know what that meant, but thank you, Kara. You're 20.
My dad has really high expectations for me, and
your dad does.
Yeah.
Right. Our last caller's dad was just high.
Sometimes I meet them, but a lot of times they change, and I don't really. It affects a lot of areas of my life. My relationship with my dad, it's really poor.
What's your ethnicity?
We moved here from East Germany.
Well, there it is. Wants to be a gymnast.
High expectations.
But it's common
be like Olga Corbett.
It's common for immigrant parents to really put a lot of pressure on their kids. You're supposed to live out the opportunity that they never had. And
I do, I study all the time and stuff like that. But
give us an example of some of the.
I had an opportunity to do a really good internship this last summer, and my father wouldn't let me do it.
Where at? A record company?
No, it was a really good place, like at a, but I wasn't allowed to do it because it was in Boston. My parents live in a different city, and I had to work for my dad. And
how old are you?
20.
So you're in college now?
Yeah, I'm in college.
Well, that's sort of unfair.
Do you live at home?
No, I live away, but it was a really prestigious internship, but I couldn't do it because my dad really wanted me to work for him. And
what does he do?
He does what you do. He's a doctor.
He does what Drew does?
Yeah.
And he wants you to be a doctor?
Yeah.
And do you not want to do that, or?
No, I do, but when I did work for him, I really worked hard, and it wasn't stuff that was really difficult to do, but it was just paper stuff, I did statistics for him and things.
And he was never satisfied?
Yeah, his girlfriend was always like a better worker, or like...
That is a...
It was just...
We're getting the spectrum of calls here, which is... There's two ways I think you can screw up with your kids. One is that totally lax, laid back, and do your own thing,
smoke a doobie
kind of thing. Yeah, smoke a joint, and go ahead and live off cocktail weenies, whatever floats your boat. And the other one is I'll never admit that you did anything great. Like if you come home with an A, I'll want to know why it's not an A+, because if I back down for a second, you're going to get comfortable.
Yeah, he tells me that there's like grade inflation now, and when he was...
Grade inflation. So C back then was equivalent to an A today.
Right. Where are you in school?
And the Cold War is just warming up.
Yeah.
Grade inflation.
But there's nothing wrong with parents wanting their offspring to succeed.
Yes.
Yeah, but you can overdo it.
But that becomes abusive too.
I understand, Dr. Drew, but I think just hearing you speak, I think you're a very intelligent person. I think your parents are behind that. And I understand being 20 though and not being able to Boston is sort of a bummer.
But
expound.
It is a balance. I mean, it's okay to be tough, but once in a while, Dad needs to give you a hug and tell you how proud he is.
Be human, man.
Right.
Yeah, but that's not him. She doesn't have that father.
I'm just sort of afraid of him. Like I can't.
Your dad's East German. He's got, your dad probably like ate rocks when he went to school. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this guy has got a standard, and he wants you to meet it because he did it. Your dad did it.
Does he wear a monocle?
No.
Where's your mom?
Does he wear old Adidas from the 70s?
Where's your mom?
Yeah, but he thinks they're new.
They're divorced.
They're divorced. And where is she?
She's living in the same state as he is.
Do you have a relationship with her?
Yeah, I'm really close to her. I call her.
Does she help you? Does she help you withstand his controlling?
It sounds
Don't call it abuse. Don't call enthusiasm abuse.
Yeah, it is. But anything that annihilates the person that is not respectful or empathic of a person.
That devoids it of spirit.
Yeah, it's abusive. He's there to meet his needs.
You're right, Tom.
For her to be perfect.
Right.
Yeah, she's there to be perfect for him.
I'm picturing the movie Shine. You guys, anyone see
there
that
you
movie?
go. There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Extreme version.
Yeah.
Hey, next time you see your dad, ask him to say, Hogan! All right, listen, Kara, here's the bottom line. I know your dad's torturing you. You will be 10 times, look, Tiger Woods' dad tortured him.
How about Earl Woods, huh?
Look what
Why
the
can't
hell
I go up in the plane? Why can't I go up in the plane?
Look what he's doing, You will be better off, and here's the deal. You'll be tortured for a long time. You'll get a little therapy when you're older so you don't torture your own kids. And then you'll be making a ton of money and be a hell of a lot happier than most people.
Right. Focus on the career that he wants you to have so you can get some independence from him.
But go for yours, sweetheart.
Just
Go
do your
for
best. That's all you can do.
And you sound like you got a good head on your shoulders, and it's nice talking to you, too.
I couldn't imagine the over-domineering parental.
Especially German.
Yeah, I mean, my...
no, very serious
made a mistake, and you're going to prove it.
We just came from Germany, man.
Oh, you did? Woo! Was it kind of uptight over there?
It's very serious.
God,
Just a
everybody in Germany, like for a band, every guy looks like that 70s porno guy with like the bad mustache and the Pete Rose haircut. You know what I mean? Every
Right.
guy, you think you're tough. No, we're just here to like play some rock and roll. You know what I mean? Can I have the McNuggets too while I'm waiting? And they're so uncool, man. There's something about the attitude in Germany. I got a huge beef.
What's the deal?
Well, they're
just
angry,
this
aggressive, or?
stoicness. Like we order pizza, you're trying to be casual, trying to be nice. Pizza margarita, please. And like they don't answer you. They give you the pizza. They're just the worst sort of set of protocol of manners I've ever seen in my life.
I've noticed it's the older generation, especially in Germany.
The older generation, the guys are like they don't think they were wrong. Yeah,
it's that mentality.
It's like,
they're either ashamed.
And I don't
want to
bring it up, but there's something weird there. There's that 70s porno hysteria.
Well, there's and please let's not knock porno.
I don't want to, because some of the best porn I've ever seen came out of Sweden.
They're different.
Randy West.
I can't follow you guys.
They're different cultures, and different cultures are laid out different ways.
Exactly.
And
And some things we have to acknowledge as being wrong. Okay,
right.
Wrong. Like when you go to Italy, like going feces in a hole is not right. There are toilets now in the 90s.
Here's the thing about the Germans. They're not. You want to drive their cars. You don't want to party with them.
You're right.
Now,
Oh my!
Jamaica can't make a car because they're too stoned and too busy dancing. And
But you want to party with them.
But you want to party with them.
You want to bring a Mercedes into Jamaica.
Right. Yeah. If you could drive a Mercedes to Jamaica, I think that'd be the best possible marriage of cultures. But it's a cultural thing.
That's funny.
We'll be back.
Hi, this is Jenna Jameson, Starlet of the Year, and nothing makes me hotter than listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yeah, she certainly is. I feel like I've raised Jenna since the time she was a pup. Sugar Ray's here.
Hey!
Mark, Rodney, and Craig.
Hello, everybody.
It's the last segment, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, good.
You guys, they've rejuvenated the show.
You guys, this is really a fun thing to do.
This is a fun radio show to do.
I know, but it's kind of nice because we're like an elderly couple, and some young swingers have moved in underneath us.
You're like the grandparents taking the kids to Magic Mountain, right?
Right.
Let's do the Viber.
And next thing you know, we're up on Superman and having a good time too. Because if you guys weren't here tonight, we both would be here stewing in our own juices, piss at the world,
so screaming at each other.
You guys
screaming
are
at each
so
other.
on it, and you guys are on.
That's when you bring in the coffee
hear
can.
A little, you guys are so on it, and it's a fun show to listen to. It's great to be a part of.
Well, thank you very much, Mark.
There's no that's the real deal, right, you guys?
Especially when the callers have good questions.
We do appreciate that.
Or coffee cans.
Yeah,
Andrea.
That's right.
Hi, guys.
What's going on?
Nothing much I wanted to say before I start. I love Sugar Ray. You guys are so cool.
Thank you very much.
so much. It never gets old. It's weird. It's weird how that never gets old.
And I want to know, Dr. Drew,
Yes, ma'am.
about a virus called HPV. Have you ever heard of it?
Now, of course, one of the most common things out there.
What is that?
Human papillomavirus.
It's the toughest thing I ever beat.
It kept you out of the '88 season, didn't you?
It certainly did. Yeah, I went down for that, and it came back when they brought in a Mark Landsberger back in '82.
I was reading some data on herpes and HPV, and herpes. You have argued with me about this, but
that's a health plan, isn't it?
30% now. 30%. And I suspect in
30% of Drew's friends have herpes.
No, there's a New England Journal article from last week.
Herpes sucks.
And the wart virus is probably twice that common.
Those are gross.
So these are, if you're sexually active and you're not wearing a condom and you live in an urban center, you're going to have warts.
You're screwed.
Yeah, you're going to have warts. You're going to have, and that's the HPV. And for women, it's a significant issue because it can increase the risk of cervical cancer.
And they're not as obvious,
That's
huh,
what
Dr.
they
Drew?
thought it was.
Right, they can't find them.
They're not as obvious. With a dude, you're like, whoa, a little cauliflower.
Right. Well, it's different. It's the difference between stuff being like outside of the mayonnaise jar and stuff being at the bottom.
Right.
It's
like
just
the director's cut from Pulp Fiction opposed to what you saw.
So what I wanted
no idea what that meant.
What do you want to know, Andrew? What do you want?
Therapy, though.
I wanted to know, what are the odds of this becoming cervical cancer?
I can't give you a number in terms of your specific risk. I can tell you it's higher than if you hadn't had it.
Mm-hmm.
But there are multiple things that contribute to the risk of cervical cancer. One is more than one sexual partner, beginning your sexual activity at a relatively young age, having the wart virus, having herpes viruses. These are the things that increase the risk. And all you need to do is have very careful screening because the cervical cancer can be completely cured as long as it's caught early.
Well, they had me in for like a LEEP and a colposcopy, so
And they got it.
they got it.
Okay.
So
And you're going to bring it back in a few months?
I have to go back every 4 months for a year.
Yep. And then probably every 6 months for a while after that. And then and then that's it. It's taken care of.
And that's a gynecological exam?
Yes.
Yeah.
To see if it's still there?
Yeah.
It is still there. It's always there. It's see if any more cancer coming back is the thing. And so,
another good place to use my my sniffing dogs.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, genius. I know I've talked about this a lot over the last couple of weeks, but I came up with this idea that I think is genius, that these dogs that sniff at the airport for bombs and drugs and whatnot.
We've been through
disease,
We've been through it.
For yeast, for cancer, gynecological sniffing
You know
beagles.
what? Dogs go right there anyway, so you might as well have them.
That's right.
Ask Stone Temple Pilots.
And
When the dogs begin to smell, don't be singing.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus, come on, guys.
But he will.
Hey, by the way, take care, sweetheart.
Laura,
Yeah, hi.
25.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Laura.
Hi. Oh, hey, Sugar Ray, you guys are truly dazzling.
So are you.
I'm somebody that you want to meet.
I bet. Where do you live?
I live in Sacramento.
We'll be in Ball, Sacramento in about 4 days. Or 5 days. What'd I say? What'd I say? Ball, Sacramento.
Really want to see you guys.
Me too.
Laura, what's going on?
Okay, what's going on is there's this guy that
God, Dr. Drew, that's a mean guy.
Okay, let's get to it. All right. There's
Told you guys the party's over.
I've known this guy for 4 years. I'm a cosmetologist. I cut his hair. Just about a year ago, we started to go out, maybe to a movie or something, whatever. Anyway,
You and Dr. Drew?
one time we got we came back to my place. We got really saucy and ended up in bed. But right when it came to it, he's all, "I'm not gonna have sex with you," and I'm all, "What?" And he's all, "It's because I really like you." Blah 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 blah. And if we did it, then. Therefore, I don't know if...
I know what that is.
He couldn't get it out.
He's got a problem.
That's a switch.
Yeah, because this guy's tall, like Rico Suave, really good looking, but...
Yeah, so he turned it around on you.
But there's a variety of things that could happen because this almost happened to me once. I almost had a testicle removed, and that could be his problem. I swear to God, I had a thing called torsion, Dr. Drew, where my ball twisted in such a way.
That hurts, huh?
Well, it didn't feel too good. And then there was a 6-hour window where I almost had my testicle removed, so there might be something wrong with him, so I wouldn't take it personally. Go ahead, Dr. Drew.
Okay, so he really does probably, respect me, because, after that,
I bet he went home and painted the walls.
I think.
I'm sure he did.
I think he used it as a game.
Yeah.
To get you to do your thing.
Let's talk to the
professionals. He totally has me wrapped around his finger.
Exactly.
And he does maybe once every few months because he lives out of town, and he'll come and get his haircut, and then we'll go do.
He's got it tight,
but you're not
wrapped up.
You're not having sex, though.
No,
But there is something wrong with him. I swear. I promise you.
Are you
I'm not
psychic?
trying. No, I just because
You feel it, huh?
No, being a guy that has his own sexual hang-ups,
Yeah.
I've got a lot of them.
Is this Mark talking to me?
Yes, this is Mark.
Aw.
God took a lunch break when he made my unit, but I know I have a lot of hang-ups myself.
It was a short break, wasn't it? It was just a coffee break.
It was beyond. Look, I got 3 testes and one I pee out.
He worked overtime on me.
What's that, honey?
He made up for your looks in the band.
Yeah, I'm in a band because of okay. Anyway, Dr. Drew, could you help her with what I'm talking about?
No, I'm going to jump in here.
Because Adam has the same problem, so he's going to take over for you.
Some questions.
Adam and the ants.
I am going to say...
Woo!
I'm going to say that there's something that has to do with either this guy's unit or his ability to use his unit effectively.
Dysfunctional unit.
That is hovering around here. I'm getting this vibe. I have not met many guys who feel real good with themselves naked and who know what they're doing when they're with a woman who've turned down sex, especially since he has not sealed the deal on the number of times he's seen you since then, and he only sees you every couple of months.
Also, what's peculiar about this one is it was in the clutch.
Yeah.
Right.
I like you too much to consummate.
He went all the way.
Right.
All the way.
He said this. He said
all the way to the bed, and then
for a
no.
long time, he goes, Laura, if I didn't respect you so much, I would have bagged you a long time ago. And
that's like some Eddie Cleaver stuff.
Are you sure he's a man?
Eddie Cleaver? You mean Eddie Haskell?
Well, I've taken a few beers. I don't know who am I talking to.
Did he get?
I feel like Elvis doing the Dead Years.
Did he get his pants off?
Oh yeah, we were naked.
And how'd it look?
I was really drunk, but it.
You sure it was a snitchel?
Well, the stars at night are big and bright.
I didn't seem to make anything.
Abnormal?
I didn't seem to make anything
grow
spectacular. Yeah.
Well, was he flaccid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he small?
Right.
No, he was medium.
Yeah, but he wasn't.
Well, you know what? He's probably listening. So I have
What's his name and last name?
His name is Anton Sal. Just kidding.
All right.
Maybe he has a
No,
problem raising a flag.
It's not his name.
Yeah. Laura.
Yes.
He couldn't get it up.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe.
All right.
Well, he might have been on cocaine or some other stimulant.
That's exactly what I think it is.
Because I think I know this guy. He sold me some bad stuff last week.
Oh man, that's lame.
Wait, hold on. Let's please.
I'm always.
No, I don't give a crap about that drug talk. Well, hold on a second, Laura.
Yeah.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
And be quiet for a minute. You had sex with this guy.
I didn't.
Actually, no, wait. I'm sorry. I'm putting her on hold because I don't want the truth to intervene.
That was the
here while I'm talking. She made it seem as if she met a guy that they went back to the place and that they didn't have sex, but there was no difficulty that the guy was having, and she wanted to know why the guy didn't have sex with her.
That's why I thought it was like a game for him to get the stuff.
reason the guy didn't have sex with her is because the guy couldn't have sex with her because he couldn't
for whatever reason. Yeah.
Juiced up.
For whatever reason, right? And she doesn't seem to want to face that reality. Laura?
Yes.
The guy couldn't achieve an erection, right?
Oh, I'd rather face that reality, believe me, than think that
But he couldn't get it up.
Yeah. So there's. Yeah, I know.
I know, but this is like, listen, and then he told you he respects you too much to have sex with you.
That's just the way to get out.
No, he respected me too much right then to get that far into a.
All right, listen.
Hey, this is Rodney. I can get it up.
Earth to Laura. This is like some guy runs out of the 7-Eleven with 3 cartons of cigarettes under his arm. He gets caught in the alley, and he tells the guy that he's taking it back to the lab for inspection. I
don't smoke.
And she believes him. I mean, that's a beautiful story, by the way. The next time I cannot achieve an erection in front of a woman, I'm going to say it's because I respect her too much, not because I'm loaded and my penis is dysfunctional.
Excellent.
And that is a powdered sugar donut on my face.
Now,
this is somebody who wants reality to be on her terms.
Yeah,
does
right.
not accept reality such as this.
Can hear a Clapton song.
All right, so now he has this sort of hanging over him, and that's why he respects you.
Not hanging over enough.
So
he's
much.
also strung out on stimulants, so it doesn't matter to him.
Right.
Maybe mini thins too. That could happen.
All right.
Or a medication or something. Who knows? But she doesn't. There's no person here. Do you have any sense of who the guy was?
No.
Some
no
weirdo
person.
coke freak.
What was his name again?
Serge, the guy with
Jimmy Salazar.
flaccid penis. And we'll be back.